I left my phone on a bus in France and it cost me 120 euros and 3/4 of a friendship. Here's the story. In 2017, I went on a budget ski trip to France with some offshore mates.
Oh, it's so nice.
That is lovely.
That is
man.
just nice.
Beautiful.
Being the frugal man that I was and am, I picked the cheapest way there, which meant flying from Cape Town to Turin in 3 long flights,
Oh, in Rome.
followed by 3 buses,
Bus.
then 2 trains from Turin all the way to the resort called Risoul. A friend, James, would fly in from London and join from Turin. After 1 train and 2 buses in a tiny French town called Briançon, buying train tickets,
No filming.
I realized that I'd left my phone on the bus that we'd just alighted.
I left my phone on the bus in one of the seats.
I had no SIM, and James managed to get a hold of the carrier and track the bus down to a depot, which was fortunately nearby. He set off for the depot, and miraculously, he got the phone and returned not much later, triumphant.
What are the chances of that?
It meant, however, that we'd missed our train, the last one of the day.
So hopefully there's a bus.
Night had begun to fall, and with it, massive volumes of snow, ironically, the only snow that would fall the entire ski trip. At a nearby bar, we learned that the only way up to the resort would be by taxi, unless we stayed over and bussed it the next day. But we were eager, so that wasn't an option.
Turns out my little stunt leaving my phone on the bus has really set us back.
The heavy snow meant taxis were rare, and the only one willing to take us charged us 120 euros for the short trip and barely made it up the pass. Where at the top, our Dutch friends Louis and Lloyd welcomed us with open arms.
Finally made it.
I felt wretched that I'd made such a costly mistake, and when James played innocence and refused to split the ticket, as was his right, I let it taint my entire week. We barely spoke, and it's now my predominant memory of the trip. I've since learned that you can't let things like that get to you. Part of just leaving the house for an amazing trip like that, especially when you try to cut costs and arrange 8 modes of transport, is the high potential for something going wrong.
We're currently giving this a bit of a style out.
You know, you take off one leg and then you have to take off a little bit more for another leg.
The reaction, the first initial reaction.
Oh, I mean, it's pretty contrasty.
Show us a bit of a twirl, show us the back.
I think of this often and use it as a reminder to try not sweat the mistakes and embrace the unexpected speed bumps along the way to fun, adventure, and making memories. It's hard, but it's a great way to live life, and James and I are still mates to this day, though I do think he should have offered a few shekels for the cab.